Schofield's got the latest news.
On the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker,
play BBC Radio London,
and on your radio.
The sound of London is BBC Radio London.
At 9, with the latest for London, I'm Matthew Schofield. The head teacher of one of the UK's top boarding schools has been found dead, along with her husband and 7-year-old daughter. The bodies of Emma, George and Letty Patterson were discovered in the grounds of Epsom College in the early hours of yesterday morning. The BBC's Sean Dilley says Mrs Patterson had only been at the school 5 months, having previously run a private girls' school in Croydon.
We know that police say they're not looking for anybody else in connection with the tragic deaths. We also know that they were found in a property on the grounds of Epsom College. We know that she is the first female head of Epsom College, which is a private school, the Independent School of the Year for 2022. Many people in the Croydon area would know her as well, listening here to BBC London, because she was head of Croydon High School for 6 years.
NHS leaders have warned today's strikes by nurses and ambulance workers could be the most disruptive yet. The London ambulance service isn't affected, but the nurses' strike is affecting more hospitals than ever, including King's, UCH, Guy's and St Thomas's, Great Ormond Street, St Mary's in Paddington and St George's in Tooting, where Pat and Josie are on the picket line this morning.
We need fair pay for nurses, and we are overworked and we are tired due to staff shortages, and no one is listening. We don't like it, but we are forced to.
Every day we go in and we feel more and more like it's unsafe. There is not enough nurses. The patients deserve better. We deserve better. We have families to support as well. And I want to know that there are going to be nurses in the future for all of us, because we're all going to need them.
One of Britain's most prolific sex offenders, who worked as a Met Police officer for 20 years, is due back in court today to be sentenced. David Carrick's admitted 85 offences against a dozen women, including 48 rapes. Scotland Yard says he shouldn't have been a police officer, and it's apologised for letting down his victims. Well, the BBC's Helena Wilkinson says some of those women will be at Southwark Crown Court today.
We understand that some of the women will be coming here to court, and they will be given the chance, if they wish, to stand up in court in front of Carrick, who will be in the dock here today, and read those victim personal statements. It's a chance for them to tell the court, to tell the offender, Carrick, what he did to them.
A powerful pre-dawn earthquake has killed more than 500 people across a wide area of southern Turkey and northern Syria. Thousands more people have been injured, and rescue workers are combing through the rubble of collapsed buildings where many remain trapped. The 7.8 magnitude quake was followed by a number of aftershocks. Just days after she announced 2 nights at Tottenham Stadium in May, Beyoncé has broken the record for the most Grammy Awards of all time. She's won 4 overnight, taking her career total to 32. Harry Styles beat Adele and Coldplay to win Album of the Year for Harry's House, but Adele did win Best Pop Solo Performance for her ballad Easy on Me.
I just want to dedicate this to my son Angelo. Oh God, Rich, he said, don't cry. If you win anything tonight, don't cry. And here I am crying. Just to my son, I wrote this first verse in the shower when I was choosing to change my son's life. And he's been nothing but humble and gracious and loving to me the whole time. And I love a piano ballad winning any kind of award because it's very old school and very brave.
Football, and Harry Kane says becoming Tottenham's all-time record goal scorer is a surreal feeling. The England captain netted his 267th goal for Spurs in yesterday's 1-0 victory over Manchester City, overtaking the record set by Jimmy Greaves back in 1969.
I'm Elizabeth Rizzini with London's weather. Still a few mist patches around, but they'll lift into blue sky and sunshine. There could be a bit more high cloud through the afternoon. It should stay dry. The winds are light. Temperatures will peak between 7 and 9 degrees Celsius.
For an update anytime, you can ask your smart speaker to play BBC News for London.
I'm James Woolley with the BBC Radio London Travel. M25 clockwise is down to 2 lanes just after junction 9 Leatherhead because of a collision. The outside 2 lanes are shut. Queues from just past junction 8. The A24 very slow trying to get onto the motorway. Clockwise also slow onto the QE2 bridge after a breakdown earlier. Anti-clockwise, the lorry that broke down earlier between 25 and 24 has gone, but it's queuing still from junction 26 Waltham Abbey. The A4 slow out of town through West Kensington. A lorry's broken down at North End Road. Flooding on Wood Lane causing delays in White City. There's a burst water main at South Africa Road. Very deep flood water there, actually, looking at the cameras. On the trains, no major problems. BBC Radio London. Next travel in 30 minutes.
Salma El-Wadani at breakfast. BBC
Radio London.
Good morning to you. It's 5 minutes